Hi guys. Well, the team's out. Springboks and All Blacks have selected the team for this weekend's mega test match. The Boks, not too many surprises for me. I think they've gone with most of the players I expected. The only slightly contentious ones for me, gone with Willie Leroux at fullback. I guess they wanted to select him against Australia, and then he had to pull out. So I think they've gone with his experience and hoping for him to create something on the attack as well. Probably slot him in the 10 channel on some attacks and that. So, and then obviously the injuries at eighth man are a bit of a problem. Number 8. I think they were going to look to rest Sia for one more week, but had to bring him in when poor old Jean-Luc Dupree had to pull out. I mean, that's a real blow for Jean-Luc. I mean, he really finally gets his chance. He's been playing so well for a long period of time, struggled to get in the box squad, gets in the squad. There's so many injuries, and he finds himself likely to be selected. And then what happens? He gets himself injured in training. What? He must be so disappointed, because this was his real chance to establish himself. And not only that, I think every single Bok player wanted to be in this 23 for this Eden Park test and try and take away the record, the long unbeaten record of the All Blacks on this ground. Anyway, I mean, the rest of the side, Canan Moodie can probably count himself fairly fortunate to be selected after his couple of disappointing outings against Australia. Then again, they've probably picked him for, he is a quality player. He's just been off a little bit out of form. So hopefully he can do the business under the aerial high ball, where the All Blacks have struggled a bit, to be honest, and they've made a change as well. They've got rid of Sevu Reece and brought in Narawa to try and strengthen in that area. Rest of the side is pretty much as I expected. Sorry, I'm just popping my head up looking at the cricket here. South Africa playing England is a tight game, and that. Rest of the side's pretty much as expected. The only other surprise. Well, I'm not saying it's a surprise because I'm not totally sure that this is going to be our final 23 for the game. Surprised that Archie Snyman been left out of the 23 completely, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's a little bit of a tactic for Rassie, just to twist up the squad later in the week or on the day of the game, and we see Archie coming in onto the bench, possibly Lut starting the game and Ruan Nokia out, or straight into the onto the bench in place of Lut. I don't know. It will be interesting. That's just a sneaky feeling I've got that Rassie's up to something with that. Otherwise, I mean, I see there's been some discussion with Jesse keeping the captaincy, even though Sia's playing. I don't really see a big issue on that. I know Sia's very much in a full squad man. He will do whatever he thinks is best for the team and the squad. And for this particular game, because he wasn't due to be playing and Jesse had been named as captain, I don't see really much of an issue on that. I mean, Sia will still be leading the forwards on the park and that as well. He just won't be as vocal with the referee and that. And I expect Sia will only probably play one half of the game as well. So that just makes sense. I don't see it as a big issue. I mean, as Rassie said, Sia's still the captain and likely to captain for the rest of the year. And that. So I think people are making an issue out of nothing, actually. And then the front row, I'm really pleased to see Thomas du Toit starting at tight head. He deserves that. I mean, he could quite easily have been in the bomb squad because he makes an impact when he comes on the field. So I would have been comfortable with Wilco starting and Thomas coming on, as equally confident with Thomas starting and Wilco coming on. My only concerns are that the bomb squad doesn't look as potent as it normally is. I mean, obviously the reserve front row are pretty inexperienced. Jan Hendrik Wessels coming in at hooker, and coming in at hooker. I thought they might have kept Marnus in there, but I think Russie's going there for the scrum option there. And but I expect Malcolm Marx will probably spend at least 65, 70 minutes on the park, unless there's a few issues. So there's that. And then obviously Boan Venta's pretty inexperienced as well. So that bomb squad looks a little bit light. And then we've gone with the 5-3 bench split, and I think that's just a safer option. I think we looked at New Zealand doing similar, and Kobus, Reiner, pretty experienced. Then we've got Sasha, who's a quality 10, 15, 12, whatever you want to put him, coming off the bench there as well. And then Ethan Hooker, one of my favorite players, so I'm delighted to see that he's in the squad, and he's a big game player, so I've got no worries about him. I think it's going to be a fantastic test. Both Boks and All Blacks wrestling with a few areas that they need to improve. All Blacks will be concerned about their discipline, as well as their competing under the aerial ball. And then the Boks will be very concerned about their defence out wide, particularly, and just the ease at which Australia got through the defence. So the first time tackling is going to have to be improved at least 50%. I mean, we can't afford to miss first time tackles like we did against Australia. I mean, obviously, home ground advantage, the crowd is going to be really up for it. But there's equally going to be some pressure for the All Blacks, and particularly if they find themselves behind in the game, and if their discipline's not up to scratch. Just have a quick run through the All Black lineup, and again, it's pretty much as expected. They've also got a few injury problems. I mean, where the Boks have got injury and suspension problems at 8, the All Blacks have got that at injury problems at 9. So they start Finlay Christie, and I think that's because he's more experienced, and they bring Kyle Preston onto the bench. It makes sense to have an experienced player starting, and then you bring your rookie off the bench. They've dropped, as I said earlier, Sevu Reece, and I think that's no surprise because he hasn't been great under the high ball. On the flip side, I think Rieko Ioane can count himself pretty fortunate to keep his place. He hasn't done really that much in the first few games of the season. But again, he's a favourite of the All Blacks. He's a experienced player, and he will often turns up for the big games. So I wouldn't write him off. And then the other big calls, obviously, Lomax is back in the squad, which is great for the All Blacks. He's a quality player, as we all know, very strong in the set piece. And but again, the All Black bench also looks a little bit light. So it's a fascinating game where Bok and All Black bench looks slightly lightweight and lacking a bit of experience there. So it's going to be interesting. I think the key could come down to who manages their bench the best. You know, I'm not a fan of pre-planned substitutions. I prefer the coaches to look at what's going on in the field and react accordingly. So I hate it when you just bring a whole sort of bomb squad on after 45 minutes or so. I mean, I'd rather bring one or two on and then, just react as you see, because some players can play more than just the 40 or 45 minutes and are playing pretty well as well. So it's going to be fascinating. I can't see more than 7 points in it either way. Obviously, the bookies have got All Blacks favourites, and you would expect that with them playing at home and the way the Boxer played in the last couple of games against Australia on home turf. But then again, of course, All Blacks under a bit of pressure, losing away against Argentina, against the Pumas. So it's going to be fascinating. I really can't wait. I'm so excited for this. I mean, it's Thursday night, and I think everyone's so amped and pumped for this game. So, yeah, let's hope the boys do it, and I can come back on your Saturday night or Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and have a celebratory review of the game. Referees, Carl Dixon of England. So again, discipline is going to be very, very important because he does really like a yellow card. And obviously the Northern Hemisphere refs are a lot stricter than the Southern Hemisphere. And they pretty keen, they're pretty quick to get the cards out. So discipline going to be key from both sides. And I'm hoping the box are squeaky clean there as well. So really looking forward to it. What's your views? I would love to hear from you. Just post your comments below, and yeah, catch up with you all soon. Cheers.